Hi my lovelies, welcome back to my channel, and for everybody who's new, I'm Leora and I'm so glad you found me. So welcome to today's video, which is going to be this look using this palette. This is from Makeup Revolution or Revolution Beauty, and this is the Tasty Avocado palette. There were two more palettes in this series. I think it was like pepperoni, was it peppers and a pizza palette or something, that their color scheme did not speak to me so much. So I only ordered this one together with the Forever Flawless Ice palette that you saw probably in one of my recent videos. So anyway, I got them together and I just figured it's okay to just film them one after the other, because I mean on separate days but very close to each other. So I get those videos out because these are current palettes, and that happens so rarely on my channel that I have actually something that has just been released and that people are actually interested in. So I thought I'm going to take advantage of that. And yeah, so this is the color scheme. I really love it. And as you can see, I think I created a very nice look with this, which shows you that I'm going to be happy about this palette. I'm going to be recommending this palette. But if you want to see how I created this look and obviously my final thoughts about all of the shades that I used and everything, then please just keep on watching. Okay, hi sweeties, so we're gonna do a look today with this palette, and as you saw in the intro already, I just got that and I got it together with the ice palette, the Forever Flawless Ice palette, and you saw that video already. That was like, I think 2 days ago or something like this. Anyway, so we're gonna play with this one, and I love when I saw this, when that got released, and I saw this beautiful mix of cold greens and warm greens and also the golden brownish shades. I thought that was really nice. So I'm so glad I have it now. And you know, I am also intrigued by the formula still, because I have been so pleasantly surprised by the formula in the last Revolution palette that I tried, the Forever Flawless Ice palette. So I'm super excited to dig into this palette. And of course we're gonna go for green, but I also want to include browns, like golden. It has to be. I have to. Anyway, because the other day we did not go for the browns in that blue palette, in the ice palette, because there are a few neutrals in there. We did not, because you know that just had to be a monochromatic blue look. But today I think, for example, this one definitely has to be in there. I really want to have this in there. Anyway, so that's what we're going to do today. We're going to zoom in and then we're going to go. I think this is going to be another cut crease. I think because I'm so living that cut crease life these days, I just really love them. And it also gives me the option of using more colors, because I have a double canvas. This is at least how I see it, because you have a canvas above the cut crease and then a canvas, a whole different separate canvas below the cut crease. So that just makes sense when you do a first impression, to get in as many colors as you can and hopefully still look nice. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. And I think, what am I gonna do? This color here, it's called Hass. I don't know what that means honestly in English, because Hass, it's called in German, is hatred. So I don't know, it's probably not at all what it means in English, but yeah, because it doesn't make sense together with avocado, at least, like, unless you hate it. Okay, so this is a very dark green, and I think even though this does not speak entirely to me, I will use that to deepen the cut crease and put that down first, but I hope not to do it too much, because I want other colors obviously to speak more. But let's just do like we did the other day with the ice palette, and just outline everything first, and then I think I'm gonna go honestly again for like this flared out look, because I really like that. It had such a nice effect. And you know what, if you saw that video last time, I had told you that I have to go downtown with my kids and do some shopping, and I got to distribute so many business cards because people came up to me and said, wow, this is, did you do your makeup? It's so funny how people always ask me, this is usually the first question, did you do your makeup? Anyway, yeah, I did. Okay, so let's just have this flare out, maybe even a little bit more than last time. Let's go really crazy. Okay, here we are again. It's like the owl stage, as you know. So the next one is gonna be this one here. It's called Avocado, I guess. And I'm gonna take this actually on the same brush. I just brushed it off a little bit. I'm gonna take that on the same brush, and I'm just going to apply it right next to it and a little bit above. And I'm taking this very fine brush just in order to keep this very local and not too flared out towards the top, because I still want to put one more shade there and I don't want to run out of space. Actually, I would love to put 2 more shades there. Anyway, so I'm probably gonna run out of space at some point because I'm a normal person with a limited amount of space. But yeah, okay, so let's see how we go. For now, I'm just going to put that on and just sort of blend out this very dark green with this a little bit less dark green. Okay, I must say that this kind of a brush is actually working super well in applying those eyeshadows. It's like a fluffy kind of a pencil brush. It's not super stiff, but it is stiff, and I do feel that just for applying that is really good, and it's needed. Also last time I had the experience that the fluffy brushes were a little bit more difficult. It was easier to just stamp on the shadows in order to get the impact that I wanted. And if you don't want so much impact, color impact, then maybe you're okay with the fluffy brushes, but I need the impact, so yeah. Okay, so next thing I want to go in with the Guacamole shade and actually do exactly the same thing. And again, I'm just using the same brush, which is super unusual for me, but I'm just gonna swipe this off like as much as I can and go in with the next shade and place that right above. So this is how it looks so far, and now I want to go in with this shade, which is called Lime, and this is just a very light greenish yellowish matte. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing. I again swiped off my brush. I will not have a lot of brushes to clean today. What a concept. And I'm just going to dab this here on the top, obviously. Okay, before I finish blending this out completely, I'm gonna go into this creamy shade here. It is actually called Creamy, and it is a skin color. For me, it is skin color. And just set my eyeshadow primer right up here, because that is the only part that is not set yet. And then I'm gonna finish applying this lime green shade and blending it out. Okay, so this is how it looks. I am pretty happy with the blend here. This part here, I'm not happy. It looks a little bit patchy right here, and I just, for the life of me, I cannot get it together. So it is what it is. It's not the end of the world. It's not super bad. And I don't know if that is really the issue of the eyeshadow, because here it worked perfectly. So I don't know, that might just be me. It happens. Okay, so this is the stage right now. I'm gonna go and put my cut crease into place, and then I'm gonna be right back and we'll do the lid. Okay, so when it comes to my lid space, I want to go for warm colors, and I'm debating how many I can use. I want to use this one and this one and this one and this one. So maybe I'm gonna use this one for the inner corner. This is the shade Pear. Why is it called Pear? What does it have to do with avocado? Does one eat avocado with pear? I have no idea. So that I might leave for the inner corner, and just put this one, and this one in, you know, for the whole wing. So maybe let's go in with this, which is called Green Gold. And again, I'm going to pick this up with my concealer brush. If you saw my last video, and probably also future videos, you will see that that's what I do, just in order to have a precise way of working. And I will then, after the fact, once everything is in place, I will then go in with a different brush and intensify the shadows. So this is really just so I don't mess up this precise line between the cut crease line, sort of, you know. So this is now applied without spray, which I usually don't do either. Just so you know that this is how it looks. I think this applies really, really well, even without being sprayed. And with the wrong brush. So I think that is a super good sign, and I really, really love the green. Okay, so I have applied the green quite far over because I want the green, of course, to be the main feature because it's going to be a greenish centered look. But I want to say that this green applied absolutely amazing, much better than the shimmers in the blue palette from the other day. So that is really, really cool, and I did not even spray it. And as I said, I used a concealer brush that is like really that is really, really cool. So the next one I want to use is the shade California, which is a gold, and I'm going to place this right here, obviously. And then it is actually, you know what, it leans a little bit more like even into the like an olive green or something. It is not a pure gold, which is sort of cool. And then we're gonna blend it into that darker brown, this one here. It's called Mousse. Okay, so that's how we're going to finish the cut crease. And again, this shimmer works absolutely very, very well, even without being sprayed, even with the wrong brush. So the shimmers rock, absolutely. So far, I have absolutely no complaints there. If you remember the other palette, the Flawless Eyes palette, I had to, some of the shimmers I really had to work on and build them up. They needed help. They needed help. It was not that one cannot work with them. It was all, you know, as we say in Israel, we say it was sababa. It was okay, you know, everything okay. But they needed help. And this here, I think, is much, much better. Like, a whole different ball game. As I told you, I'm gonna go in now with this brown here, and let's see, I'm also gonna not spray it and see how it works, and then we're just gonna blend this all together. So I think this is the look that I'm going for. In general, I'm gonna go off camera now and I'm going to intensify this a little bit with a different brush. And also I want to spray the shimmers and see how they work then. So it might look a little bit more amplified when I come back. I'm also gonna do, you know, my eyeliner, my foundation and all of that because I don't want to drag this out super, super long. And then I'm gonna come back and show you what I did. And then we're gonna do the lower lash line and finish the look. Okay, sweeties, this is how it looks now that my foundation is done and my contouring and all of that, and I finished basically my eyes. There is still lash glue drying, so just so you know, the white spots will go away. So I think the next thing we want to do is put in the inner corner highlight, and I think I want to take this shade here, the pear shade, and I'm going to apply that in the inner corner. And I also think that I want to put shimmers under my eye today, you know, instead of mattes. I think that's where I'm going today. Let's build this up a little bit more to have a little bit more impact. Something like that. I think this look is really coming together well. I'm so surprised by this, you know, because as I told you also in the last video about the Revolution palette, that I had no expectations and I really only bought those palettes. Okay, I like the color scheme in both palettes, but I did not have any high expectations, and I thought, you know what, it's not such a bad, like if it doesn't work, then it's not the greatest loss in the whole world. So and now I'm super, super surprised and a little bit humbled, honestly, that really one should not judge like this. You know, everybody has to make their own decision. And besides that, I do feel that a lot of people on YouTube and everywhere just repeat someone else's opinion and think this is cool because that other person is cool, and don't make up their own minds from their own experience. So I think that is a very dangerous thing because you can really do damage to brands by doing that, and I think it's just simply not fair, and if I had a brand, I wouldn't want that to be done to me, you know? Just saying. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do now, what am I going to do now? I absolutely have no clue. I think I'm going to go for the gold, and I think because I don't want to bring in those cold shades, I want to do a different look with the cold shades. So I think I'm going to go with the gold and then blend it out with what? I don't know. What am I doing? I really cannot say. Maybe this one, maybe stone, maybe this. Let's see. It might not be dark enough, but that is really, I don't want to go in with the cold blues. Oh, greens. All right, so let's just take a pencil brush and apply. I don't know what it is towards the end of my tutorials or my videos. I'm always losing my ability to speak, so that's apparently what happens. Okay, this is the gold now, and I didn't even spray the brush, so I'm really, really happy about this. I'm really, really surprised. Okay, I'm gonna go in with a stone shade. I'm not sure if I'm gonna like this. Worst case, I'm just gonna put that dark brown that we also used for the wing on top. But let's see, I just want to use it in order to use more shades, but it's like a no, what is it? It's like a muddy green kind of a thing. Grayish green. No, it's sort of cool. Okay, my loves, this is the finished look. I had intended to come in and show you something and then come back and finish, I don't know, whatever. Like, I just finished the look and this is how it looks, and I think it's phenomenal. This is again a palette that is super, super affordable, and look what kind of looks you can create. I mean, yes, you need maybe a little bit more experience, you maybe need a little bit more patience, but I think it is really, really good. I absolutely do think so. Let me just zoom you out, and it's always nice to have a bigger picture. Okay, so what did I think about the palette? I think it's phenomenal. I think the shimmers are even better than the ones from the Forever Flawless Ice palette. As I mentioned before, I think all of them, all of the shimmers that I used were absolutely good, even without being sprayed, even with using a brush that is not meant to apply shimmers. So that was absolutely cool. I did not have to like crazy build them up and work to make it work. So that was really, really nice. I did like the mattes also. Just here, this little patch I'm not too happy about, but that is, you know, because here it blended perfectly, so I don't think this is really because of the eyeshadows. I think maybe my eyeshadow primer was not distributed how do you say it, evenly 100% or something. Maybe there is something going on, but or maybe I'm just lopsided today. So what can I do? Anyway, I like the total result of it. I love how much we used. Let's see how much we used. Wait, we used, I can't even remember. It's like we used basically this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. Yeah, so we used almost all of the shades, all of the warm shades, besides the two brown mattes. Yeah, so I think we did super, super well, and I would absolutely recommend this palette. Absolutely. If you like greens, warm greens, cool greens, that is the palette for you. Like, what is not to like? I also said that in my last video. What's not to like? I don't understand why people are so judgmental, or maybe they know something that I don't. Maybe that's what it is. But you know what? There are a lot of people in this world who cannot afford a $60 palette or a $120 palette or even a $30 palette. You know what? And then if you can have something like this, first of all, it makes you super happy that you can, if you are a makeup lover and you cannot buy those super expensive palettes, but you still want to bring something into your collection, that might be very well something that you can do, you know. And then for all means, no, by all means, go for it. And don't be discouraged by everybody saying, this is just Makeup Revolution. No, it's not just Makeup Revolution, it's Makeup Revolution, and this is the palette, and this is how it looks, and this is how it performs. So I think that was awesome. So that's my personal opinion. Everything else that I used, I'm gonna leave in the description box because I don't want to drag this out. And I'm super happy with the look. I'm gonna go and do something today because people need to see this. Yeah, and that is it for today. So I hope you enjoyed. I know I'm very much into the cut creases these days, but as I said, first of all, I love it, and I'm going through stages with everything like everybody else. So right now it's cut creases because it also for first impressions just gives me such a good option, like I said, to have this double canvas to just use more colors and give you also a better first impression of a palette, because what does it help if I just use 3 shades of a palette, right? So anyway, so that's what we did, and I love it. And if you did, then please give the video a like. And if you're new here, subscribe to my channel. I would really love this to have you here. I would be honored. And come back for my next video, which is going to be tomorrow. And you're gonna most probably you're going to see this look tomorrow in my new makeup releases video again, because I'm going to film this today after breakfast. So it's a little bit bad planning probably that you're seeing the same look in two days right after each other, but that's just how it works today. So this week. So that's what we're gonna do, and I hope to see you here tomorrow again for my next video. And up until then, go ahead and sparkle. Hugs and kisses. Bye.